Okay, I think the stream just exploded a minute ago, but I think it's back. We'll see. Um, have a little replay in the meantime. So, couldn't sleep last night. Fixed a bunch of stuff. Did a bunch of stuff. The first thing is viewport filtering. So it's a kind of a subtle change, but if you it just makes it a little bit less grainy. A little bit less grainy. It's still kind of grainy, but just a tiny bit of smoothing. Next thing that's also sort of a subtle change is color jitter. The formula has been adjusted a little bit to compensate for value. And what I mean by that is normally color jitter just takes red, green, and blue channels and it randomizes them equally, but now there is a multiplier for red, green, and blue, so it's stronger on the blue and weaker on the green, because green is extremely powerful in terms of value and blue doesn't do anything in terms of value. So it's compensating for those differences in the colors and trying to make it so that values all kind of even out. So hopefully that'll look a little bit more luxurious, I guess, smoother. And then the third thing is Smudge. Smudge has been adjusted once again. And again, this latest version of Smudge is should be faster than the old version, and it's also, I think, more flexible and easier to get nice results. So let me just skip loading this for a second. Also added in some loading status up here on the pages menu, so you know what's happening. It says what layer it's loading, blah blah blah. Okay, so let's say we are here. Let me do a little demo of the new Smudge. Here we go. So this Smudge, if we bring the noise down a little bit, you can hopefully see that before it's sort of a subtle difference, but before it would stretch these lines out pretty far, and now it's a little bit more organic looking, I think. So if you keep it around here, should be cool. Anyway, I've been messing with this Smudge and this latest painting, and I like it a lot. I think it's working really good, and it feels more organic. Alright, so this is our painting so far. I'm just working on the things, but here's the new Smudge. I think it looks really cool. It's a lot more controllable. It feels a lot more practical, I think. Alright, let me get in here. And yeah, just tidying up little things here and there, getting this all ready to go. I don't know if I should try to make this lighting match here of the hands to the... I mean, ideally this lighting would all match the pink and everything, but I don't know if I have the energy to, or the skill to make this up right now. I guess if I was trying to match the lighting, everything in the middle would be kind of dark. And then the left side would be lighter. Maybe bluish, I think. I'll give it a shot. Let's try it. This is probably a bad idea because I'm not very comfortable with anatomy, so I don't really know what all the structures and stuff is doing. So I'm just gonna get all these values here and sort of transpose them over. So anything that's light here becomes dark over here, because our seems like the lighting of our dog is there's a bluish light on the left side, a pinkish light on the right side, and then sort of no light in the middle. Maybe there's a window on the left side, I don't know. So I'm going to try to match that, which means down here in the middle we'll get darker. And actually, let's see, if this dog's fur is white and the fur is white, so it's getting this color here. So I'm guessing if we translate that to skin, it's going to be darker and maybe a little bit more red than the white fur. So maybe it's like that. Yeah, let's try the smudge here. Hello, Khaled. Welcome. I'm going to turn this off and just use the manual control for the tilt. It's a little more precise that way, I think. Yeah, thanks guys. It's pretty fun. I hope you'll try one too. Does hand feel right? think the shadows stay pretty similar, I guess. Should be some shadow happening underneath. The fingers need to catch some of the light. Hands. Every artist arch nemesis. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some light coming from the underneath, from the fur coat bouncing in. I don't like how sharp the edge is. I'm going to try to blur it a tiny bit. Try the smudge again. Yeah. Okay, so I'm pretty excited, guys. This version I think is all about polish and stuff. There's a lot of little tiny things that make it feel more modern, I think, and it's been, you know, cleaned up a little bit under the hood too. So I think this version is gonna be really nice. And also, I'm changing the naming of this one to 2.1. This is the first, I guess, major change from the 2.0 series, because there's some things in here like this, the stroke smoothing stuff is gonna break. Well, not break, but it's not 100% backwards compatible, so that's why it's called 2.1 now. So there's no turning back. Okay, I don't like these fingers that I've drawn, but it's I gave it a shot. I think maybe the old one is better. I mean, at least I changed something from the photo, I guess. Try something new. I guess if skin is oily, it can also be pretty shiny. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the correct value is for the skin side. Smudge a little bit here. Ah. Oh. Hello, Mustafa. Hey, New Bohemia. Oh, thanks. I saw your email last night. Thanks for sending that. I really, yeah. It makes it worth it to to see that. But that being said, I definitely think you should. I agree that the having less brushes in your pack will probably be better. Like, I don't know, 15 or whatever. Just your absolute favorite ones after you've tested a bunch. And then also, I think, like you suggested, to just have it in heavy. I think it'd be better to sell it yourself. Like, I'm excited to see if that's even possible, and like you could be the first one to do it. So I definitely think, yeah, you should try it out. It's pretty exciting. Because yeah, if you're putting in all that work to creating those tools, then yeah, just put them up and see how it does. But just also heads up that the smudge has changed a little bit. A lot of little things have changed in this version. They're not huge changes, but I don't know. Maybe this version you can put your tools in and it'll all work the same way, but there are slight differences, so you might need to tweak a tiny bit. But the smudge, I think, is feeling a lot nicer now, or at least more practical. I've been trying to use it a lot on this painting. But yeah, this version, I've been holding out so long because there are some things that would like. I was still trying to figure out the API and like the format that these new features would take, like all the names of the properties and the settings and stuff, which takes a little bit of time to figure out what what makes sense for that stuff. But I think this version is all working pretty good. I'm really excited about this version. I feel like it's the previous stuff has mostly been all like bug fixing and just making all the basic stuff work, but now finally this one has a little more exciting or fancy features, I guess. Okay, my hand painting skills are questionable, but maybe if I hide it a little bit more. I'm using a blur here. Blur's also been slightly adjusted, although it's not shouldn't be very noticeable. Just tiny tweaks here and there. Hey Charlie, welcome. Oh, I'm screwing up this hand. Damn it. I think I'm gonna just leave it how it was. Kind of a mushy mess. Not good enough to make up hands yet. Hello, Mara. Welcome. Thank you. This was like this was a 2 a.m. drawing last night, and then when I got to the hands, it was like, I need to go to sleep. I'm not ready to make up hands right now. Saved it for stream. How do you reduce lag in your streams? I think. Oh, you mean like delay in the stream? I just, there's a setting in Streamlabs that lets you adjust the delay, and I just put it on the minimum. And I think OBS also has the same setting. It's in the streaming settings somewhere. Hey Chris, long time no see. Yeah, man, I'm serious about these meme dogs. It's pretty. They're pretty fun, actually. It's my new muse. Okay. The only problem with this new stuff is that, especially with the subdivision strokes, is undoing when you have to rebuild the painting takes a bit longer. But I think the trade-off is worth it, and if you have a supercomputer, you won't really notice it. And plus, you could just make the tools back to 0 if you don't want to have any subdivision on them. Maybe I don't know if there could also be a global limit, like up here somewhere, where it would be like the maximum number of subdivisions you could set over here. But maybe I'll add that later. Okay. I'm feeling good about this painting. Hello, Angel. Okay, let me save this. $3,000 strokes, 58,000 points. Wow, that's a really horrible colors chosen for stroke. I think maybe because I was smudging a lot, although smudges should not count towards this stat. Ooh. Okay, well, let's save it. Contemplative dog. I'm kind of curious to see what this would look like exported really big too. If it'll crash. It probably will crash, but I'm gonna try it just to see. May I trouble you with a question? What would your question be? Depends what kind of question it is. Okay, big. This one will be ×2. I tried ×3 yesterday, and the PNG file at 5000K or 5000 pixels by 5000 is like 90 megabytes, so I'm not gonna use that. I think that's sort of ridiculous. Let's see. How do you import a photo to draw? I'm sure I can find it if I look on my own. Why don't you look on your own then? Why are you asking me? I believe in you, Angel. You can find it. If you try, you can figure it out. But yes. Anyway, you can import. The option is pretty easy to find. You can just dig around in the menus a little bit. Okay, where are we? Serious dog. Oh wait, no, that's yesterday. I don't know if it's so much easier to ask me, because I'm gonna be a pain in the ass about it, and you could probably figure it out on your own much faster than dealing with me, honestly. Alright, let's see. Contemplative dog. So this is 1920. Let's look at the big version is 28,000 or 28 megs. Nice. Pretty detailed, I would say. I wish the blur was a little bit finer though. Maybe blur needs to be adjusted still. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the smudges are looking now. The smoothing helps a lot. The stroke smoothing helps the smudges look more natural too, I think. Let me see. Yeah, maybe the noise size. Wait, what? Oh no. Okay, this is wrong. Yeah. So noise size here is not actually controlling noise size. For some reason, it's also controlling strength. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I need to go track that down and fix it. Okay. Sorry to bother, but is black and white mode working on iPad? Because it doesn't on mine, and I reinstalled the app as well. Yeah, I think it's working. Are you doing it like this? You go to the top left, you go black and white, and then click on it. This little button up here. You have to click the button to get it to work. Now, the reason why this has been it's done like this is because having that button there all the time, it's kind of easy to accidentally press it, and I think if you accidentally press it, you're like, oh, what the hell's going on, and people freak out. So we have it as an option to turn on the button, so it's turned off by default. Okay, I'm gonna fix this thing and try to get this working. Okay guys, thanks for joining in again. This version is really close to being done. You should see it in the next week sometime. I'll see you.